I was going to go easy on you, not to hurt your feelings.
You f***ing irritate the shit out of me!
I'm only going to get this one chance. It's just a feeling I've got. Like something's about to happen, but I don't know what.
All I hear, go get the money. So I go get it. Hate means I do something.
Hey, what's going on, peeps? What's up? Welcome to Gap Selling Keenan 46. Welcome. You guys know the deal. You know the gig, right? This is where it's a real live sales call. This person is a real salesperson who has a real product or service that they believe I or a sales guy need or could use, and they want us to part with our money. They want us to buy their product or service, but they have to find a problem that I have and see if it is something that I actually need. So, and if they don't, you know what's going down. They're getting my feedback, my critique on how they could make it, get it better. So I'm going to bring in our newest contestant. I don't even know what to call these contestants or what to call them. But I'm going to bring in our new guy here who's going to give it a shot. His name is Jimi Cohen. Let me drag Jimi in here. And let me get this thing looking good. Let me bring him live. And all right, Jimi, you are live, my man. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Keenan. I am so excited to learn more about your business, to see if we can solve the problem or not, and learn from one of the greats.
All right, I like the way you roll. So here, I'm looking to call this up on Insta right now. So is it not showing? I mean, not on Insta. It says it's on LinkedIn. All right, I got to find it. So take a minute to tell me what it is, your product or service, or what it is you sell or whatever, so that everybody listening can have a rough idea of what we're talking about. Oh, here we go. Good. All right, talk to me. What do you sell?
All right, sure thing. First of all, I just want to let you know that I'm currently tuning in from Kenya. We actually turned this organization into a nonprofit last year. So we take all of the proceeds from what we sell and we put it towards water projects over here in Kenya. And so if the Wi-Fi cuts out a little bit, just let me know and I'll repeat if that needs to happen. Hopefully it doesn't. But
are you in Nairobi?
No, I'm in Malindi. Okay. I'm up on the coast. Just 15 minutes from here is the Sabaki River, and we're doing big bison filter projects. But that's not what I'm here to sell. Basically, we do market for salespeople. So we work with companies like SAP, Oracle, even celebrities like Les Brown to help them reduce the time that they need to spend prospecting, but at the same time spend a lot more of their calendar time with decision makers, with influencers. And we deploy 20 different tools.
You went out really quick. So you went out right at the prime moment. So what do you do again? You said you do something.
Oh, no. Okay. Sure. Okay. We do marketing for salespeople.
Got it. Okay. Marketing for salespeople. Got it. Keep going.
Yeah. We help companies like SAP, Oracle, even Les Brown to reduce the time they spend prospecting and at the same time spend more of their days with decision makers so that they can do discoveries and demos instead of prospecting.
Okay. So you're a lead gen company.
Yeah, predominantly lead gen. We deploy 20 different tools, essentially that's our bread and butter.
Okay. All right. The time is yours. Have at it. Ready, set, go.
All right, Keenan. I know people in our industry were hit quite hard with in 2020 during the pandemic, but you still managed to grow a bit then. I'm really curious to know how 2021 is doing. What are your goals for this year, and how is that going for you so far?
It's going awesome, actually. We are on track to grow at least. So we've already surpassed 2020, and we grew in 2020.
Yeah.
So we've already surpassed 2020, and it's only August. So we are probably going to go anywhere between 70 and 100%.
70 to 100. Great. I know 100 was what you do in 2019, so hopefully you can get back there here. All right, and walk me through your current lead gen process.
So we have a gentleman by the name of Christian, and he uses Outreach, LinkedIn Navigator, and cold calling, phone. And he, we did use Zoom Info for a while, stopped using them. I think we're we're looking at an alternative. So we have some, for lack of a better word, some list company, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. And through all of that, we also use Sales Loft. I'm sorry, sorry, Outreach. Oops. We use Outreach.
Yeah, Outreach.
And so he builds cadences for our specific ICPs. He has a separate, smaller target list of what we'll call ABM kind of, but not really, but folks that we really want to get after. And so that's his only job, and he spends every day doing that. And then, of course, that's for outbound. And for inbound, all this content we create mad amounts of content, and we have a pretty high inbound rate.
Low content. All right. And why did you decide to move away from Zoom Info and look at alternatives?
We didn't really feel that the information was as accurate as we wanted it to be. Lots of people who left their jobs, or they weren't the titles that they said they were. I mean, like I feel for people in that space, because that's some tough information to keep and keep up to date and provide real value. So it just came down to, we just really feel we were getting the value out of it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Well, so you said you do a lot of inbound. What is your percentage of inbound versus outbound? What percentage are you getting right now in terms of the leads?
85, 90% inbound.
85 to 90. Okay. So you're doing 15 to 10 for outbound. Where do you want to take the outbound percentage?
Oh, I'd love the outbound percentage to be 50%.
50%? Great. Yeah, I know people who are also killing it with content are able to get to that 50% with outbound by using the right tools and different strategies. Okay. Now, you said you're using LinkedIn Navigator. Tell me a little bit more about that. Are they going in, I guess, using outreach to send these different messages on LinkedIn? How many in-mails are you sending per month?
I wouldn't know. I don't do it.
All right, fair enough. Do you know how many connection requests are being sent out, for example, or anything like that?
No? I'd have to sit down. To sit. I'm not in it that day to day, right? So I'd have to sit down and talk to Christian.
All right. Well, Christian, if you're watching this, let us know in the chat box. Love to know that. That's cool. All right. And then in terms of the actual connection request acceptance messages, if you were to ballpark it, what percentage of people you're sending connection request messages to are accepting your connection request messages?
So I'm going to guess, right? It's all just a guess. I'm going to guess that that Christian isn't really doing a whole lot of cold connection requests through Navigator. I'm pretty sure that he's following people that comment on my stuff that I can't see the screen. Sorry. I want to be able to see you guys and answer the 80%. There you go. He just told you 80%. But I was going to say, 80%. A lot of the front work. He follows people that connect, that engage with me or engage with the sales guy, and then from there he engages with them, and then he makes a connection request. I don't know that he uses it in a cold fashion. That's the right word. In a cold outreach way.
Gotcha. Oh, was that Christian who just let you know the 80%?
Yeah, it was 80%. Yeah.
All right, Christian, let us know your volumes. All right. How many messages you sending out connection requests? Are you doing cold stuff? Are you doing LinkedIn in-mails? Please let me know those, and let me know once he lets you know about that. Okay. All right. Now,
LinkedIn's screwing up today, man. I can't see the comments. Sorry, everybody. I'm not blowing you off. My comments are being hidden behind the actual screen. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Okay. And we can bring up the live stream. That's okay.
Okay.
All right. So I want to understand a little bit more about your sales team. Well, first of all, how many people are on your sales team right now in terms of, is it just Christian doing the outbound, or?
There's two salespeople right now. Three salespeople. We have Christian. He's partnered. So what we do is we have two people a team. Although three, that doesn't come before. I'll explain that in a minute. So we have Christian, who's primarily responsible for the inbound, partnered with Mark, who's primarily responsible for taking what Christian creates, right? But they're on the same quota system, so they're not separate. They work together. So if one's shrinking, the other's got to pick them up, right? So they're locked. The other person is the enterprise, and their sole responsibility is to go after enterprise accounts for our Train the Trainer program.
Okay. So, and they're all doing outbound, those three?
Yep.
but they're working together. Enterprise. Okay, I want to talk a little bit more about enterprise, and but before we get there, roughly, if you were to ballpark it, what percentage of Christian, Mark's, or sorry, what's the person doing enterprise?
Alexander.
Okay. What percentage of their days is spent actually doing activities in order to get them to message back, i.e., outreach, LinkedIn, Sales Navigator? What percentage of their day are they just trying to get people to get on the phone with them? Would you estimate?
Christian, maybe it's growing because he was the only one for a while, and so Mark's been coming on. But I would say 4 hours. Prospect.
4 hours a day out of a 8-hour day. They're doing 10 hours.
8 hours, probably.
What percentage are we talking about?
7.
8 hours. Yeah.
We have a flexible work schedule, so I don't care how long they work as long as they get shit done.
Getting people. Okay. I don't know if this is sensitive information, but maybe could you give me the ballpark of how much? Of course, it's variable with commissions and things like that. But how much are you paying these 3 salespeople to do these activities?
The total target comp is 200.
Target with compensation, you're paying them 200K. Okay. Nice. All right, great. So that's 50% of their day. If I'm hearing this right, 50% of their day they're spending doing activities, messaging people to try to get people to get on the phone with them.
Yeah, but that's their job.
You're paying them 200. So you're basically paying them. Yeah, exactly. Right. But their job is also to be on the phone with them, right? Are they doing discoveries and they're gap selling?
No,
right?
Mark does the majority of the discoveries. That's why they're a team.
Mark's the guy with discoveries. Okay, got it. Mark's the one doing discoveries. He's just getting them to get on the phone like an SDR.
Yep.
Christian.
Yep.
Okay. SDR. But on average, you say it's 50-50. Okay. All right. So basically, you're paying people about 100K on average, in order to get people on the phone with you. So what would you say is the biggest growth opportunity for a sales guy in 2021 in terms of which area? I know you do training, you do consulting, you do recruiting, and of course the book. Which area you think is the one you're focusing on that you're really trying to grow right now?
Training and consulting, but training primarily. It's the most
training consulting. Okay. And are you doing that in person now? You're back to the in-person training?
Some yes, but still most people want virtual.
Okay. All right. All right. So you're growing both of those, and they're doing all of this manually. Is that correct? They're going to have to message all these people manually in order to get them to bite back.
Yeah.
That's what's taking up half of their day.
Well, no, because we use outreach. So that's not manual. We build cadences.
Right. Yeah. I know outreach allows people to, and it simplifies, it reminds them to do things, but they still have to click in order to send the messages. They're still somewhat manual, but it helps them as a tool.
I get define manual. Once you set a cadence,
right,
you don't have to press a button. It does it itself.
My understanding is that they still have to click into it, but it allows it really simple for you to click.
No.
It's entirely okay.
So it depends on how you set it up.
All right, good.
You have a choice, right? So I know for a fact what they do is, let's say they'll do the kickoff email, right? Then within 2 or 3 days, they'll do the follow-up email, but that's automatic. 3 days, boom, the next one goes out. They don't have to touch it. Then they may say, you know what, I want to do a call. So I'm gonna.
Yeah.
What?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yep. So then they're gonna say, I want to do a call. So they're gonna press it. They're gonna set up a note to say, after this next email goes out, send me a task to make a call. So the task comes, they make the call. Once they make the call and check they've done the call, then they may have another 2 or 3 emails to come out right after that are all automated. So it just depends on how they want to structure it. Sometimes 100% automated, sometimes it's mostly manual, sometimes it's in between.
Understood. I see. Yeah, I know email is really easy to automate on outreach. What I was referring to is on LinkedIn specifically. That I think they have to click into because they're a partner with Microsoft. They still have to do that manually. There's no automation on LinkedIn.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So that not using automation on LinkedIn is leaving money on the table. But we'll get to that later. Okay. So I know you do some pretty kick-ass webinars. So walk me through your webinar process.
Walk me through the web. I don't really have one. Just.
I mean, you're not doing webinars anymore?
I don't have a process. What do you mean? Be more specific.
Okay. Right. Sorry. Okay. So you put in all this effort. You're setting up the webinars, right? You promote it, you plan it, you execute it. Is it just done there, or do you have a process to get people to revisit that webinar that has already taken place?
We don't
Is
do
it a
web-
one-time
yeah,
affair?
we don't do webinars.
You don't do. I'm pretty sure I saw a webinar online. You don't do anything like that. You don't you'll do virtual. I guess you do virtual trainings, but
Yeah, we'll do a virtual training that people 9 out of 10 times people pay for. So I'm not going to go right. So they pay for it. And really, the only reason we do these now is it's part of our process in bringing on our new certified trainers. So we actually have one coming up in a week.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll announce that, and our certified trainer will be giving a training, so we give people a chance to get in and go through the Gap Selling training at at a highly for $99 because they're going to be going through someone who's getting certified.
I see. Oh, cool. All right. Let's talk about that a little bit. So how many trainers are you certifying right now, and what is your goal? I want to know kind of what your capacity is to do these trainings.
All right, so we have 3 certified trainers now. We have another one who's in the process momentarily. I thought I had a person that didn't work out. I was disappointed, but I'm in the process of hiring a general manager. So if you guys here want to be the general manager of our Train the Trainer division, let me know. And their job is to go out and get a slew of people to get them into the system, get them through, get them trained, get them producing. So there's a whole line of business here. So, we're trying to grow as fast as we can on that side of the house.
Okay.
We'll have 4 trainers coming up, not including
Fantastic.
myself.
4 plus Keenan.
No,
Or is Keenan not doing training anymore?
No, 4 plus Keenan. So I'm training less and less.
All right.
I'm training less and less.
Okay. All right. So what does that enable you to do? How many trainings can you pull off in a given month with those 5?
Oh God. Technically speaking, we could pull off if we do it. Yeah, we'll say each person, if they're virtual, could do 4. Well, they could do more than that, but that'd be a lot. So we'll say 4 a week each person, so we could do 20 a week. On virtually, if they were in person, depending on where they were and flying, they could probably do 2 a week, 2 or 3 a week.
20 plus 2, or you said 4
if it's virtual, each person could do
right. They could do 20.
Could do 4. It's probably not realistic. Could do 2 a week, but they could do 4. They could do 1 in the afternoon. It'd be a lot, but they could do it. Okay.
Right.
So let's just say 2 a week. Let's say 3 a week.
Could do 4.
Okay. Let's just say 3 a week if it's virtual, and we'll say 2 a week if it's in person.
Okay. 2 weeks in person, but okay. So let's say an average of 2.5.
Could live with that.
Are they doing half virtual? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then you got 5 people. So, all right. And so we're looking at a 12.5 kind of potential per month. And what are you doing right now?
No, you said per
How
week.
many are you doing? Oh, it's per week. Right. Sorry. Per week. Sorry. Yes. 12.5 per week. How many are you doing per week now?
Probably at 1, although we just scheduled a whole shitload. I think we're going to be completely booked for the fourth quarter. So pretty close to at least 3 a week coming into the fourth quarter.
Per person?
Total,
but okay. 3 total per week, but you could do 12.5. So that's the potential.
Yep.
All right. So there's a
now keep in mind
significant gap in terms of what you're capable of. And
but keep in mind, because where you're going, these trainers are their own business. They're licensed trainers, right? So we don't always give what we sell to them, right?
Right.
Okay.
Do it in-house.
And we're doing this on purpose. We're not going to hire a bunch of internal trainers and all that stuff and go sell and give it to them. We've chosen to specifically go the licensing model route.
Licensing model, but you make a percentage per training that they do, even though you don't always give them the lead, right?
Yep.
So ideally, you want to make it close to that 12 mark.
Yep.
Is that correct? Okay. All right. So that's a pretty significant gap. I mean, okay, so let's talk about the future a little bit. I know you said you even have a 10-year plan. Can you please walk me through what are your 5-year growth goals? What are your 10-year growth goals?
Yeah, so we want to be, let's just split the difference. 7 years, we want to be at 25 million.
25 million per year.
Mm-hmm.
And you're what right now, around 10 or?
We're going to leave that to us. I can give that to you later.
Okay, thank you. So you want to get to, okay, why don't we use multiples? What X are you trying to go for in 10 years versus 5 years without uncovering too much?
I'm just looking at I was just looking at this earlier. So basically we're hold on. I don't think it's going to come up that fast. Let's put it this way. We're going to have to make it easy for you. We're going to have to double and more than double almost every year, right?
You have to double every year.
We're going to keep growing it roughly 100% year over year, as we have been, but we're going to have to keep going.
Okay, great. So you're going to need to continuously double every single year, no matter what kind of challenges come your way. Right now, you're talking about a 70 to 100%. So it's not 100. It's not entirely that sure that you're going to make 100% this year. You're doing everything you can. You're growing things up. You brought on a new sales guy. It sounds like Alejandro, or you have 4 sales guys now, or 3 sales guys now. All right, and you basically want to make this a household name. Yep. As the go-to. I think I heard you say in a previous webinar. Just a matter of time here, and actually, you kind of made me obsessed, Keenan, by going through this training and preparing for this. So I want to quote you just for a second here. You said there's so much shit that we're trying to get done that we can't get to. That was episode 40. What did you mean when you said that? What are you trying to get done, and why can't you get it done?
Oh my gosh, just because just don't have the resources and the people. I want to write the second book. Back and then when I said that, I wanted to get this whole train the trainer thing off the ground. Now we've got it off the ground, but I've still got to hire the person to go out and do it. They're going to need lots of support. We're trying to get an enterprise train the trainer off the ground. So that's for large Fortune 100 companies that comes with 1,000 or more salespeople who aren't going to, don't want to have to try to bring in a training methodology and keep having to bring them back in, but instead we can white label it for them, or that we can make it in-house Gap Selling for them and certify their trainers, and they turn it around, pay us a licensing fee, but they can keep training their people. So that whole section, I mean, there's additional, what do you call those things? Additional segments or whatever, the online training we've still got to get done. We want to add the managing coaching piece. We want to add the prospecting piece. I mean, it's just, we go on forever.
Mm. Right.
You're actually
just
doing
not enough time in the day to do, to do all of your ambitions and things like that.
Yep.
Okay. And so that's what you mean when you say not enough resources. You're talking about the resource of time, right?
Yeah.
Not enough time.
Company resources, dollars, everything. I mean, it's just can only do so much at one time.
All right, Keenan. So I know you're a ski guy. I'm a snowboarder, one of your moguls, perhaps. But I want to explain the power of automation quickly, just through an analogy. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. So imagine someone is giving a gap sell, a killer gap sell. It's one of your team, right? It's probably going to be Mark. All right. And imagine going down the slopes is Mark delivering that gap sell. Okay. Now imagine Christian comes up to the mountain. All right. He's got his big clunky boots. He's got his skis. Okay. And in order to make it to the top of the mountain, Christian has to lug his skis and his big clunky boots all the way up the mountain, right? He's walking up there when all this time he could have been chilling on the ski lift, right? Automatically going up.
Stop. So okay. I like where you go. Let me phrase it. You did a good job in the discovery, but you just ruined it with this metaphor, because basically this metaphor was prepared before you did the discovery. Right. And so now you did all this discovery and then you defaulted to something pre-planned. So here's why it's not a good metaphor. We're already on a ski lift. He's not clunking up. So you needed to be on the ball here, and you needed to adjust, because it wasn't, I didn't say we weren't doing anything. I didn't say we didn't, to suggest we're clunking up based on the fact that we're using LinkedIn Navigator, that we have built all these cadences and outreach, et cetera. No. That is not clunking up. Now, if you had said you're on a 2-seater,
yes, you are automating,
right? Yes. No, if you had said, look, you're on a 2-seater non-high speed lift, Okay, I see where you're going with it, but this is the point. You can't fucking default.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
People gotta listen.
Yeah.
I told you what we're doing in your metaphor because you had it pre-planned and you're all ready to talk about your cool little metaphor. It didn't allow you to see that your metaphor was not accurate, right? And if you really want to do the metaphor, you should have then taken that a step further and validate. Everybody pay attention now, right? He did a decent job discovery, and this is one of the first times I've had someone do a fairly decent discovery, but then fuck up the next part, right? So what you should have said was, don't apologize. What you should have said was, Keenan, let me ask you this question. I know you're a skier. If you could compare your outbound approach now to a ski lift, would you say you're walking up? Are you a rope tow? Are you a Palma? Are you a 2-seater non-high speed? Are you a 4-seater non-high speed? Are you a 4-seater high speed detachable? Or are you the new 6-1? Or are you a gondola? If you had asked me that fucking question, right, then you could have taken your little metaphor somewhere. And then you could ask me, why do you think that? What's missing? What do you think isn't working? Right? So
got it. That's brilliant. Yeah, adjust and turn it into a question. That's so much better because you did say you are doing automation through email, just not through LinkedIn. So to say that there's no automation is false, right? You are doing it, just not to the extent that you could. Is that fair enough?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Keenan? I mean, I don't know. I didn't know you could automate LinkedIn. I didn't know you could.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we can get into that later, but just knowing that you can. And knowing that you can actually see, I don't want to get into the product pitch quite yet, but knowing, okay, let's just say, just so that you know, so that you're able to maybe answer the question in terms of which level are you. You can get up to $8,000 worth of in-mail credits for free using what's called the open network. And you can actually automate a lot of these things at maximum threshold safely on LinkedIn. So just knowing that, which are you? Are you the rope? Are you the high speed? Are you the gondola? What would you say? Which level are you at?
I would probably say, and if Christian's paying attention, I'll let him add too. I would probably say from an outbound cold outreach perspective, I would probably say we're the 2-seater attached chair or the 4-seater attached chair. I mean, I think there's a lot more we could do.
The 2 or the 4, there's a lot more you could do. Okay. Why do you say there's a lot more we could do?
I'm going to flip the question to see how much you were paying attention. Okay. Why do you think Why do you think I said that?
All right. I think you said that because you are already automating through email.
No.
You are.
No. You're focused on the product now in my process. Nope. I gave you one answer that should tell you that was plain as day why I would say that we're only a 2-seater, maybe a 4-seater attached chair.
Because you don't have enough time to execute on all of the activities that you want to be doing.
No, that's still process-based. Dog. Stay with us. For those of you who don't understand skiing, we apologize. What is the advantage of why is a high-speed 4-person detachable chair, why is that better than a 2-person attached chair?
Right. A 4-seater detachable chair? Okay.
A high-speed detachable. You know those high-speed detachable chairs, right? They detach and then it catches, zoom, goes up, versus a 2-person attached one. It's the same speed all the way around. Why is that 4-speed detachable high speed? Why is that better?
It's better because it can take more people up the mountain.
More people
specifically, but in the context of your business,
more people up the mountain
faster.
Thank you. So it's not because there's 4 seats. It's not because it goes 3 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour. It's because it gets more people up faster. The 2-seater only gets so many people up the mountain. It's so much time. Therefore, it reduces lift lines, gives you more skiing. That's why it's better. Reduces lift lines, gives you more skiing, improves the experience. So it's none of that other shit. It's not faster. It's not this. It's more people on the hill skiing longer, right? Left lift lines.
Got it.
So using that, I told you earlier in this conversation, you had your answer. Why do I feel we're only a 2-person seater? Non-detachable, slow lift.
Why are you only a 2-seater? Well, it could be because of the number of certified trainers that you have right now.
Nope.
Or because of capacity with your sales team. Nope. Why are you not going as fast as you could? And
You
it's
missed
not
it.
related
You missed
to
it.
the
Yes, I'm going to give
automation.
it to you again. I'm going to give it to you again.
Okay. Please.
Our total sales is only 10 to 15% outbound.
Right.
If it was 50-50 or even 70-30, then I could call it a high-speed detachable because look at all the fucking business
Right here.
I know you had.
Yeah,
I didn't argue that. I said
yeah.
ask the question, but you didn't make
I
the
know, yeah.
connection. That's why I
Right.
would call it a
So-
two-seater. I couldn't call it a high speed. If I literally said I have a high speed, you can challenge me and say, wait, why do you feel it's a high speed if only 50% of your total sales comes from outbound? Why do you feel that's high speed?
Only 10%. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Got it. You're not. So that's the technical and the business problem, right? I was stuck in the technical, but the business problem is you're leaving money on the table because you're not tapping into the 50% potential of your outbound. Got it.
So, dude, I need you thinking right now.
So that's why.
Hey, I need you thinking right now. And everybody listening, I'm not seeing the comments anymore. It sucks. But I need you listening. I mean, thinking right now. I need you thinking. Okay? How much are we growing?
How much are you growing? You're growing between 70 to 100% this year.
Yeah. So what does that tell you?
That tells me you're not entirely sure you're going to double each year to hit your 5 to 10.
No. What? Don't do the guessing. What does that with all this is an algebraic question right now. This is algebra. With all the information you have, what does that tell you? If I'm growing it, I'm going to go 70 to 100% in the space of what you're talking about. What does it tell you?
Right. That tells me you could be growing at least 40% more had you been doing a 50-50 on the outbound piece.
Okay, that's good. That's one. Excellent. And what else does it tell you? And why is that? What's growing?
I mean, it tells me that you're uncertain because it's a range. What is growing? The training specifically.
No, we're talking about sales.
The training online and in person?
No, we're talking about sales. What's growing?
What is growing? You mean which? You don't mean which department? You're talking about what part of your sales process is growing?
Yeah.
What part of your sales process is growing? Well, you just brought on a new sales expert.
Yeah, no.
Alexandro.
Come on,
right?
stay in the space that you affect. You just
doing. Oh, Zoom info. You're moving away from Zoom info.
You did a good job. The first one you did was you nailed the first one. We could be growing 40% more if we were getting more of this outbound, right? Mm-hmm. But there's another thing you missed. If we're growing, let's say we grow 100% this year, okay? What's actually growing?
What is actually growing? Your sales. I mean, it's predominantly your training.
No, not my products. No, from what? In the
your outbound. Your outbound piece. Your outbound piece is growing.
No,
has the potential to grow. Oh, you're saying what is currently growing? It must. I mean, it's mostly coming from inbound, so I assume that's what's growing.
Yes.
Your inbound is growing.
So you should have recognized that. You said, "Wait a minute, Keenan. You're going to go 70 to 100%, and your outbound is only 15 of that. So your inbound is going like fucking gangbusters."
Yeah.
Right.
I get
so
that.
Therefore, your Achilles heel is your outbound. And then the conclusion you came to is if you could get outbound to grow at the same speed as inbound, but you missed that.
Right. If you get, I was going to circle back to it after you went through the other capacity question. Well, I wrote down the outbound and I knew I had to get you the 50-50, but no, that's true. I should have gone right there. As soon as you said it's only 10-15%, I should have dug into that immediately instead of posting it later and then maybe forgetting about it. So dig straight into it immediately. Got it.
No, the point being,
Keenan.
We can grow. Hey, this is what you missed, and you should have jumped on it right away. If we're growing at let's just do 100% because it's easy math, okay? If we're growing at 100% year over year, and our outbound is only 15% of that, right? That means we're getting all inbounds. It's all exposure. That's ads. That's my videos. That's shit like this, right? If we could do the same thing on the outbound side, as you recognized, then that could get us to way past our goal of 25 million in the next 6.5 years. Way past it.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
So let's say you're able to do 100%.
Oh, the poor guy. Ooh, man. I was almost done with him anyways. I'll give him one more second to try to get back in. I just got the comments here. I'm looking at the comments. Hope you guys are enjoying this one. He did a good job at the fairly decent job of the discovery. He just missed so many opportunities to attach it to his product and start developing the solution. Because I was actually curious to see what he could do with the solution and how he was going to help us improve that outbound piece. I really was. He had me. I was curious. He had me. So, oh, good. You're enjoying it, Lee? Yeah, everybody tell me. You guys are getting anything out of this? Tell me if you guys are enjoying it, if it's valuable to you, this particular one.
We're back.
You know.
We're back.
All right, I held on.
I'm so sorry about that. Please forgive the Kenyan internet.
Yep. Okay. So you get 2 minutes to try to wrap this up and explain to me why you're going to solve that problem.
All right, Keenan. So you said you were unaware that you could even automate things on LinkedIn. Well, what Many Mangoes is pioneering is hyper-personalization and automation on the LinkedIn platform. That is our bread and butter. So our team of sales have trained tens of thousands of people on how to optimize LinkedIn and get more out of the platform. And we specialize in the outbound piece. So this is perfect timing. All right. So what we do when I say hyper-personalization, imagine I'm sending a message and it is a compliment to we actually split test 12 different messages that come in. Keenan, how many messages are you split testing right now when it comes to the outbound piece? Are you able to answer that from
Christian, tell me how much A/B testing. Not enough, because I'm asking them all the time. Did you A/B test it? And I go, oh no. I'm like, why not? So just not enough.
Maybe it's not enough time. Okay.
Yeah.
And I assume that's because they don't have enough time to do that. Not enough time in the day. Is that fair?
Yeah. I don't know if not enough time in the day, but whatever. Okay. You keep wanting to go this time in the day bullshit.
All right.
So it's just not getting done.
Okay. Maybe this second. All right. So we do that on your behalf. We split test 12 different messages, maybe 12 different problems or approaches or impacts to those problems that will go out on your behalf. And then we also do what's called hyper-personalization. So imagine I got 2 coffee mugs, right? And one's got my name, the other says Keenan on it, right? And I say, let's have a virtual coffee to talk about those problems that you just admitted having or something like that, right? You see how this kind of hyper-personalization and putting a face to it we can get up to 88% response rates is some of the things that we've got from our clients. And this is cold outreach. So it's not just people who already are commenting on your stuff. And we can maximize these thresholds, right? So we can do at least 100 connection request messages that go out per week. And we can also do what's called the open network on LinkedIn. So a lot of people don't turn this off. And if you don't turn it off, it means anyone can shoot you an in-mail message without even having to pay for it. So what our software does is it goes in and it scans. Well, first we build out your ideal prospect pool, and then all the people who are part of the open network, we send them an in-mail message for free, up to $8,000 worth of in-mail messages on your behalf, which are hyper-personalized every single month. So you're getting insane value of this, and we basically take care of all that for you. You said you're not doing webinars. Why was that? Is it because it's just not part of your focus? Is it not a part of it's not part of your focus?
Why would we do a webinar when we can do this type of stuff? Everybody paying attention. Would you rather watch a webinar, or would you like to watch this type of shit?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know a lot of people get a lot of value from your sales training. So basically, that's another thing we can help you with.
Here's the deal.
All these other things.
Okay. Yeah. You got me interested, so I'll give you that. Okay. Someone's finally got me interested. Here's the big gap, no pun intended, that you missed. Okay. I'm going to ask you this question. What problem do you solve? Business problem do you solve for people?
All right. Well, I list them out. I can pull up my pick chart, but essentially, Keenan, you are leaving on the table.
Yep.
You're leaving money on the table by not automating your.
Now stop with that.
That's a big problem. You're leaving a lot of money on the table.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Go.
Okay. Because you're not automating and using LinkedIn outbound to the fullest capabilities. This is the part you have to stop with. Stop saying because I'm not, because you don't know yet, right? We don't know it. That's a root cause, right? That's a root cause. Right. Okay? Well, you said you're not automating outbound.
But yes, but you don't know. That's why we're not hitting our number. You've jumped to that conclusion.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right.
But I know.
So right. So we are not the problem here is that we're not driving the outbound revenue we would like.
Outbound.
And therefore, to your point, if we're growing at this rate and we're still in outbound still this small, that's a massive upside opportunity for us.
Exactly.
Completely agree. We're on the same page there.
Fantastic.
So get in listening mode now. You are so. I already told you I'm intrigued, so don't fuck it up. Okay,
right.
Slow down. This is where you messed up. Once you realized that our outbound was not where we wanted it to be, that's where process questions could have come in, and it's also where physical and literal questions come in. You never asked us what our you asked. I think you asked us on LinkedIn particularly what our response rate was, and we said it was 80%, and then you left it alone. Right? You didn't ask us what our conversion rate was from those 80% responses. Right? So and you didn't ask us how many we're sending. So if we're sending, let's say, 15 or 20, right? 15 or 20 a week, that's not that many. So at 80%, I check it. I think that's if we do 20, 80% at 16, roughly, I think, 16. And then you can say, of those 16, how many actually turn into opportunities? And then let's say I said only one. I said, well, why? Why only one? What's wrong with those? What's happening? That's where you should have dug in. Because here's
opportunity conversion.
Yes, this is why I'm intrigued but not sold. All I can see right now is that you're going to get me an increased response rate over a larger number of people responding because it's hyper-personalized. I don't see anything in what you're saying to me about how you. Nope, you want.
I'm biting my tongue.
That was.
I
don't see anything yet that's going to show me how those responses are going to convert into opportunities and what you do differently that improves the conversion rate from response to opportunity.
Got it. Man. Okay, so what we can guarantee and unlock a huge amount of outbound for you is, yes, it's on the conversion piece, but it's also on the volume of the message that you're sending out to your ideal decision makers, right? I did actually mention that at the start of the call. I was hoping Christian would chime in to say, what is your current volume? What is your in-mail volume? But if you're not using, certain these tools, what I can say with significant amount of confidence is you're not tapping into this huge open network for free in-mail messages. Right. And so it's that volume that we can really make sure you're maxing out to your ideal decision makers. And so Christian, again, if you're listening, let us know in the comments what your volume is looking like right now. But I know
your
we can make sure it's always up to the
your
threshold.
answer for me is a volume game.
It's a volume game, but also since we're split testing 12 different campaigns and messages for you, we cut the ones that don't work. We amp up the ones that do. Right, we optimize this on your behalf, which will increase that conversion piece.
So, all right. So, do you do all this? So, you see the numbers? Do you guys actually see the data?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, what
we have the full? Yep.
Okay. So, you see the data. What percentage of connections actually convert into opportunities with your clients?
Oh, you mean that data?
Oh, I lost you. Oh, the reply rates. You were gone.
And then
you guys start over.
And then the booking. What happens on the booking? That's up to the sales team. They don't always tell us what the actual opportunities are. But what we can make sure is that their calendars are booked with their ideal decision makers, so that there's more opportunities in their pipeline. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So my recommendation to you is moving forward. You work with your clients.
Hang on again.
Can you hear me, Jimmy? I heard you, Jimmy. I can hear you. I can hear you. You can't hear me. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, Jimmy, can you hear me? Going once, going twice? Because we got to wrap this up.
Wait.
I'm waiting. I can hear you plain as day. I think everybody else can. He doesn't send out emails anymore. Oh, I got to. Okay. Oh, this is going to be good. I got to do this. Come on.
Come on.
Okay.
You're back. Nope, he's not back.
I can hear you. This is unfortunate. Doris, when you get this and edit this piece out, please, so that people on YouTube don't have to go through all this. Okay. We're losing them. All right, everybody. I'm not sure what to say here. Yep. Okay, give him one more second to come back. But folks, Jimmy, you got it?
Keenan.
All right, so here, look, we're going to have to jet, okay?
I am so sorry about this.
All right, listen.
Hold on, wait. I just got back.
It's okay. We're gonna have to wrap this up.
Let me try
Okay,
one
that's
thing.
what I'm gonna say to you though. So Christian says, just so you know, it's the last chance, the last thing you can respond to. He does not send out in-mails anymore. Okay, he's found them to be less effective than connection requests as part of a sequence. So that's why he doesn't do it.
Did he say his volume on the connection request?
Sorry?
Did he say his volume on the connection requests?
No. What's your volume, buddy? He'll come in a second.
Okay. You know what? That's fine. Keenan, based on what you've told me today, the fact that you're experiencing only 10 to 15% outbound results, the fact that you are not sending in-mails, let alone tapping into the enormous potential of the open network. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. The fact that you're not tapping into that potential, the fact that you are only getting 10 to 15% and you're not certain that you can hit the 100 growth marks to hit your 5 to 10 year goal. We need to talk a bit more. What I want to do is put a little bit of time in your calendar with our founder. This is the guy who's trained tens of thousands of people on how to get more results.
Stop. You got it. Okay, that piece is sold. I'll give you a second meeting. Brady will be involved as well. We need to bring Christian so he knows the numbers. You got the second meeting. Okay, here's what I want to say to you, though. Everybody pay attention. This is a unique one. And I'm kind of glad this went down. I hope the smart one stayed with us. About 20 people dropped off, and it's unfortunate. But you should have stayed with us, because here's the most powerful thing about this one is your whole assumption. You found the problem. You did a better job at finding the problem than anybody. What you didn't do well is find the root cause. You're so convinced that the root cause to our problem is a volume game that you're convinced you can solve it for me. I'm giving you more time because I'm curious if it is a volume game, but if it's not a volume game, I don't need what you got. Okay? So your premise to the root cause of my problem is that it's a volume game, and therefore you believe you can solve it because you're going to increase the volume. Everybody, this is why I differentiate between a technical problem and a business problem. He found the business problem. I'm not convinced he's found the technical problem. Now, here's the cool part. I'm not sure. I'm exactly sure what the technical problem is, and this is why a fucking badass salesperson makes a huge difference. Their ability to really dig in and why outbound doesn't work and the different breaks in outbound, the different areas that outbound falls apart, and why they fall apart gets my attention. They can educate me and walk me through it, right? So he is right now, Jimmy here is driving 100 miles an hour into the volume game, down the volume game road, which is fine if it turns out to be a volume game. If it doesn't, he's gone way down a road he can't get out of, okay? So I'm going to give you a second meeting. Hope everybody paid attention. It's extremely important to help the buyer diagnose not only the problem, but the technical problem or the root cause and the impact of that root cause, et cetera. So with that, Jimmy, send a note to Doris. Send a note to Doris. She will set us up and give you a second meeting with the powers that be. And look, if you guys can solve this for us, I'm going to buy. I mean, absolutely. If we can grow to 200% a year instead of just 100, fucking in like Flynn. Okay.
I am so excited for the demo. And so Doris, her email is in this event, the calendar event. So I can just find her email that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, right. Of course. Yeah. All right, Keenan, thank you so much for this learning opportunity and for the second opportunity of the demo. I'm sure that we can outline some pretty incredible things for you then. And it's been such a great learning experience, not just today, but also preparing like a crazy person for this call.
You did a good job.
Thank you so much, Keenan. I really appreciate that. Keep up the great work, and I hope we can make an impact with you.
All right, me too. I'd love nothing more. All right, baby, you hit it.
Thanks, brother.
All right, hey, everybody else, listen up. You want to be on Gap Sell? You want to Gap Sell Keenan? You got a product or service that you think that I could use or that my company could use? Hit me up. Text me right here. Also, if you haven't texted me here yet, you're missing out. We just dropped a training for a highly discounted training, Gap Selling virtual training, which normally goes for $799 per person. We listen to him in the background. Listen to him, everybody. Listen to him. He's so excited. So I had to mute him. So text me and get into this because we just dropped this today. I think they're all gone. All the slots were gone in minutes. So text me here. We offer special deals for folks that we don't put out anywhere else for anyone in any way, shape, or form. So if you're not following me here, you're missing out on everything. And also, if you want to gap sell me, hit it up here, because if you can find a problem we have and you can solve it, we'll buy. Till next time, y'all, you know what I'm going to say. Peace. I'm out.